let me not be general. I was conditioned to fit in a certain box. Like I started with the Fortune 500 organization when I was still really an undergrad. And so you pick up these very subtle, unspoken ways of being and showing up that one day you have a moment when you realize this isn't really me. This is the packaging that I've taken on to survive in this space, right? Different conversation for another episode, but we know the reasons for that.
Yes. Yeah.
Then say you step out and say, okay, I really want to own my personal brand. What advice would you give the woman who is noticing that like maybe the me that's showing up in my corporate organization isn't exactly the me that's going to resonate with an audience because it's not really me.
Right.
How do you get to that authenticity?
Oh man, I have seen that time and time again because I will have people who are coming into my program wanting to build a personal brand and build a business around their brand. And we have to break down what their true voice is. And I'm like, you're so tight and stuffy. Like we got to break this down. You know what I mean? And, a lot of people come in and they're whitewashing and I'm like, just be you. And I can understand, of course, why they do it, right? They're in survival mode. They're trying to protect their image so they don't lose out on a good paying job. But I'm like, when you decide to build your own personal brand in the entrepreneurial space, you can literally be whoever you want to be. And so I just encourage you, it's a practice. It's a practice, something that you have to say, who do I want to be? Journal about it, write it down, and try it and test it. And it really, truly can be scary. We're so used to wearing a mask that, even when we go on social media, the mask is on. If I were to say, if you could take this mask off and attract people who truly vibed with you and loved your message for who you were, wouldn't that feel so good and freeing? Even for me, like being in a space of, working with Christian women and working with, women of faith, there's a persona that I can put on of like, I'm going to wear a turtleneck all the time and I'm going to wear skirts down to my ankles. But like, for those of you who know my brand, like modesty is not my ministry. It's just not. You're getting abs or you're getting thighs. You know what I mean? I don't work out 5 days a week to be modest. I'm sorry. So, but there's people that it will offend and then there's people that will attract. And so one of the most important things that you do also have to understand about building a personal brand is that you want to repel people just the same way you want to attract people, because attracting the wrong people can cost you time, money, energy. It can cost you your confidence because you will have voices of people telling you still how you should be. And we don't step outside of corporate to build a brand where people are still telling us who we should be. So make sure that you are okay with repelling the wrong people and look at the people you're repelling. If somebody comes to me and they're like, Maya, you shouldn't be twerking and you shouldn't be wearing that. And I go on their page and they're super legalistic and the clothes they're wearing are out of alignment with me. I'm like, yes, don't need you in any of my programs, any of my events, because you would make me and my community uncomfortable. So be okay with repelling the wrong people.